Hello everyone, Maurice here. Welcome to Tanks Invest, where we're going to be talking about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's video is for entertainment purposes only. The stock that we're going to talk about today would be NIO, ticker NIO. As you know, across the board today, for a lot of the EV stocks and high growth stocks, been experiencing some of a sell-off across the board today. I believe NIO at one point around the noon time period, it was down close to about 3.5%, and even one point of the day it was down about 5% today. So I'm going to go through the technical analysis to see why I see the stock going from here, right? What are the resistance level to look out for, and what are the optimal price point for you to get into if you're interested in buying? And also lastly, my end year price target for 2021 as well. So stay tuned, stick around, and let's make some money. Alright, so moving on to the technical analysis. As you can see for the daily chart right now, and I'm recording this as of basically around noon. So we basically half of the day finished for the stock as of today on Monday. So NIO for the month for today in the morning, we were starting at 36.23, and then we sold off significantly with these mega red candles here and there, right? And you can see that the RSI was highly oversold and was sold all the way from 36.23 all the way to $34.84 level. And you can see that the MACD was significantly crossed and then subsequently bounced back around the 10 o'clock time period, which is most of the time when a lot of the systems on both the algo side, also on the consumer and hedge fund side, sell off and then shake people off in the beginning of the morning from 9:30 to 10 a.m. and then subsequently rebound, which is a very normal cadence that we observe all the time in terms of a momentum play. So sold off significantly and then bounced back up, which subsequently, as you can see that on the MACD, it was highly oversold and subsequently bounced back up, which subsequently drove this rally all the way here. And you could see that also on the RSI on the MACD perspective, it also crossed as well to form this rally, which was a one-time big candle, which was bought up by an institutional investor, but also an algo investor, which is just a computer buying it because it hit that very strong resistance level based on historical quantitative perspective. And also a lot of consumers been hawking this, that 34.84 has historically been a very strong resistance level. We've been testing this 4 times historically, and today was the 5th time that we tested. Subsequently bounced back up and then kind of consolidating at the moment. And the sell-off is really because of 2 effects. Friday was a relatively a decent day. It wasn't a significantly red day, it wasn't a significantly green day, but this week is a CPI report that's coming out in the middle of this week, and I think the consumer sentiment right now is that the CPI report is going to be leaning more towards the negative side, and people are basically selling the news right now ahead of the news. So what I see going forward is going to be a sell-off, and we're going to be consolidating going forward up until the report comes out. And when the report comes out, we're going to have a relatively mega green day, if you may. Basically, the reverse sell the news type of effects that we should be expecting going forward. So far, consolidating, sold off. I think the $34 stuff was definitely a very sweet price point for us to get into. And just taking a look at that on the daily chart perspective, you can see that, for historically, we tested this once, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like I said in my last NIO video, that we are going to be testing the $34 level, which we are testing this right now. And you could see that as we tested the level, which we have formed multiple times, and every single time it bounced back up, right? So we just basically confirming again for the 5th time on how strong the resistance level is right now, right? So I think if you were to buy now, I think this would be an extremely attractive price point for you to get into. Just think about this in a long-term fundamental perspective and also in the quantitative analysis perspective. I think both boxes checks out, both on the business growth side and also on the technical chart side. I think right now, if you're buying at the $35 level, it's a total steal, to be honest with you. This will subsequently generate great upside, and the next resistance level that we will pump up which I foresee that's going to be late Q2 or early Q3, that we will go back to somewhere around like the $45 level, just testing this again, at the peak right here, which will psychologically be a resistance level, and then subsequently keep rallying back up all the way by the end of the year, which I foresee will be hitting somewhere around like the $80 level. Contingent on obviously the global chip shortage, but also with the global economical outcome, and also another two catalysts that we are seeing right now is the Biden's tax adjustments, and also the foreign exchange with respect to the tensions that we have between U.S. and China that we still need to be looking out for, right? But overall, very strong business fundamental, very strong quantitative outlooks as well. All right, so taking a look at tip ranks right now for NEO, you can see that across the board for Wall Street with the 10 analyst ratings with 7 buys and 3 holds at the moment. In comparisons to the current price point, which is about like the $35-$36 level, which will subsequently generate a great upside from here, just on the average perspective, right? Wall Street on average rating this company at $60 as a price target for the next 12 months, which will subsequently generate a 67% of an upside for you. And right now on the low spectrum is still higher than what is currently being traded at right now, like 38.80. So that's a significantly of a discount that we're trading at right now. And on a high level, we're gonna get to somewhere around like $81 level based on Wall Street consensus. I think that's highly likely. I think that's they might even underestimate it. I think hitting somewhere around like the 85, 90, or even possibly 110 somewhere like in the next 12 months, or even next 2 years, highly likely, just based on the fact that we are expecting NEO to grow significantly with the European expansions. China is going to be a global dominant for EV markets, and also on top of the U.S. Adoption, just how it's going to be growing macroly, and and how NEO is basically positioning itself to be like the second player, right behind Tesla, to capture that market share. I think, doubling from here or even tripling from here is so very, very possible. It's just that, with respect to the whole economical outlook right now, with the Biden administrations, with the monetary policies, with the trade tension that we've been having with China and US right now, and on top of the chip shortage, right? All of that stuff. And also like because like people are most of the time looking for a quick gain, so people are kind of losing faith in NEO at the moment right now. So it's been shaking a lot of people off, with respect to holding the stock, sustaining that demand for the stock, which subsequently have another negative correlations to the stock prices as well. So right now I think NEO is highly oversold, highly at a discount, with extremely great upside from here. So I really don't suggest anybody missing out on NEO at the moment. The upside from here is so enormous that generating a 2-3 times or even 5 times your money in the next 2-3 years with NEO, highly possible, and I would sleep extremely well at night. So just to recap on all the numbers that we talked about for NEO, I think $35 right now is an extremely fair price point for us to get into. And if we get down again to the 35.50, which we tested earlier today, and again, that was like a psychological strong resistance level that we tested for like 5 times now. For CS to be testing that on the 6th time, that's just like pretty ridiculous. But possible, depending on the CPI report, how that's going to be shaking out. And if we get down to the 34.50 level, which as we tested that confirmatively, like several times now, that will be just an extremely attractive level for us to get into. And like I keep saying over and over again, NEO is a highly undervalued stock at the moment. It's trading at a significant discount if you believe in the long-term growth, the long-term fundamental of the stock going forward. Not even the stock, just the company and what it stands for going forward, right? That $85 as a year-end price target would be highly likely in the next 12 months. I think possibly even reaching somewhere in the 3 digits, like 100 and something dollar, 105, $110 in the next 18 to 24 months. Very likely, very likely. And that will subsequently allow us to generate 136.1% of an upside, or 2.4 times your money from here if you're buying at like the optimal right level at the moment at $36. All right, so that's it for today. Really appreciate you guys joining me and dropping by to spend time with me today to go through the technical analysis and also hear some of the insights, both on the macroeconomical perspective and also the microeconomic perspective. I truly enjoy doing this. I really look forward to producing more content for you guys, and hopefully you guys will learn a lot and gain value from these videos that I put together. Please stay tuned for the next video. Thanks.